Hope Channel, changing lives.
Hello and good evening. It is another Tuesday, and I am so happy when I see you or when I am with you on Tuesdays. For the whole of this month, February, we've been looking at what we call shades of love, and we looked at what love is or was all about. We also looked at love varieties. And last week, we looked at love languages. Yes, we looked at love languages. And I'm sure by now, you are trying to put some salt and pepper into your love aspects in your various homes. Today is another day, and we have a beautiful family here. Let me remind you that call in your friends, your family members. Tell them Love at Home is here. Love at Home is a program that seeks to help motivate, encourage every member of the family to make sure that our family is in shape or keeping up to the standard where God wants us to be while we are on this earth. Let me remind you that our WhatsApp lines is still 0559-680066, 0559-680066, and you can join us through Facebook and YouTube. Today, I have a wonderful family. But before I do that, I am Efia Sewa Mensah. Today, I have a family by name Mensah's family. I don't know whether they are a young family or they are old family, but they will tell us. So, Mensah's family, good evening and you are welcome.
Good evening, and thank you.
And thank you so much for visiting us on Love at Home today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am glad that you are here.
Yes,
Thank
because,
you.
yes, I know we are going to learn a lot of things from you. Now, my dear, let me know you. Who are you, your name, and where you work?
Okay, so I'm Susanna J. Mensah.
Okay.
I'm a lecturer at Valley University at the Department of General Education, and I teach language, English basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. Now, Mister, what about you, please?
Yeah, I'm Kwesi Mensah, and I work with the audit service. I'm an accountant. So I'm an auditor as well, working with audit service.
Okay. All right. My dear little princess, what is your name?
I'm Mensah.
Wow. Which class are you in?
KG2P.
KG2B. P. It's not B, it's P rather. Okay, thank you so much. How old are you?
4 years.
Hey, you alone. You've done well. I'm proud of you. Now, let me hear from your sister too. Your sister, what is your name? Hey, that is a long name. I see. Nana, how old are you?
Please, I'm 11 years.
11?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Which school do you attend?
Victory Presbyterian Church School.
Ah, okay. But what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to become a chef and an artist. Chef and an artist.
A chef and an artist. You alone. Oh God, please let it come to pass. Amen. I thought you were going to say amen to that.
I said.
Yeah. So, Amma, what about you? What do you want to be in future?
I want to be a nurse.
You want to be a nurse so that you'll be punching me with needles. That is not it. So you want to take good care of me, right? Thank you. May it come to pass. God bless you.
Amen.
Now, nurses, let us know. How did you get this family?
Okay, how did we get this family? So, some years ago, about 13, 14 years ago, even before that, Mr. Mensah, now my husband, and I were in the same fellowship, University of Ghana. So we had done a
bachelor education when we were doing our first degree. And so we're friends. We were in the same fellowship, NAS, University of Ghana, or the Adventist Students Fellowship. And so we were just friends. I just open friendship, and there were other friends as well. So that is when we met. That is when I got to know him. And then we had worked together at various departments, also when we were on campus. And then after school, we had to come together and then work on some other projects again. Yeah, so we had parted ways for a while, and then we had to meet again. And I think that is when we became closer. That was after school, and then the interest grew, and then this is where we are.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is it. When we were in school, we were actually not dating when we were in school. You know, we were just friends because we were seeing different people. But it was after school when we met again that our friendship grew stronger, and then by God's grace, we developed interest for each other, and then so we got married about. Okay, this is our 14th year of marriage.
14th year.
Yeah, this is our 14th year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And by God's grace, this is the family God has blessed us with.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm happy to see this. Now, Mr. Why hair? You went to University of Ghana. There were so many women, so many young people. Why hair?
Wow. To put it simple, she's the one God gave me.
How did you know?
Yes. As she said, we became closer through certain projects, and the attraction and the way she carries herself, and there are certain things in her. There were certain things in her that attracted me to her.
You see, those certain things is what I want to know.
Her simplicity, and then the zeal in working for God, and making sure that things are done. The love, the enthusiasm in her, the understanding in God attracted me to her.
Wow. So when people say that, oh, I got attracted to her because of her shapes, because of her eyes, because of her hairstyle, you were not attracted in that way, but you were looking deeper.
Yes.
I am surprised because normally young men would want to look at the physique, the shape, how trendy the person is and all that.
Yeah, you see, the physical appearance will attract you, but as you get closer, the things that matters is what will make you stay.
Okay.
So I wasn't looking much on the physical appearance, though it will attract you. But when you go and then the deep meaning do not make you stay. You move, you leave. So the physical appearance here attracted me, but as we moved along, we were into NAS fund, raising fund for students. We're moving around. I realized that no, aside those physical appearance, there were deeper things that made me fall in love. And decided to.
You're using my term. That is good. When you mention love, I am so happy. Okay, so my dear, why him?
Why him? Okay, so he's different from the friends I had, and I remember very well that when maybe he does something to upset me, or I was angry about some issue, and I see him. No matter how angry I was, the moment I see him, he has a way of calming me down. And then I'll just go sober, I'll just be quiet. And then he, although at that time we were young, we were actually not working, we had just been out of school and all, I realized that he had a vision, he was hardworking, okay, and so he knows how to plan and execute tasks when given to him. And he loved God, okay. He also had a social life, so he was not a type that will say, okay, I'm a Christian, I'm an Adventist, and that is it. But then he tries to create time for a little fun and all that. And he's smart. He's very intelligent. Okay. And so, and you see, he's good looking as well. You understand?
Wow.
And
Give
so,
it to me, my sister. Tell me
all
more.
these things put together.
Yes.
And so the spiritual side, he was okay. He was not just any Adventist guy, but then he really loved God, and he was a Christian, okay. And then the social side was there. He was fun-loving, and he appears to be a very calm person. But then when you are close to him, you realize that he's a very fun person, and you're able to get along with very well. And so he had that social side as well. He was very intelligent also, and I knew that he'll be able to go far. He'll be able to work. He wasn't lazy and all. So with time, the love grew. And then I got attracted to him. I knew that was it. I mean.
So at that time, you were looking beyond the affection or the butterflies you were having inside your tummy.
Yes, I was, because you see, those affections, those butterflies are there, but for how long? And I'm looking at marriage not just an event and then it ends there. You're looking at somebody you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And so what happens when children start coming in, when the pressure is mounting and all? Will he be somebody you will still be able to stay with? And so I look beyond just the feeling that, okay, you see him and then your heart is beating, and no, it goes beyond that. And so I was looking for a partner, somebody I was going to spend the rest of my life with, okay. And when the struggles come and things are difficult, somebody I'll be able to lean on, and then somebody who will give me a helping hand, a shoulder to cry on and all that. So yes, it goes beyond that when you're looking for a life partner. And those were the things I was looking at. And so spiritual, yes. Physical, yes. Social, yes. And then intellect too. I was looking at all those things. Okay. And yes, that is it.
Okay. Nana, do you do family devotions at work, at home? Okay.
Microphone.
Give it to you.
Yes, please.
You do?
Yes.
Normally, when do you do those devotions?
We do them on Wednesdays and Fridays, and sometimes on Sundays. But every day we pray. In the morning and in the evening.
You meet as a family, you pray in the morning,
yes,
and then in the evening.
Yes.
So when you are sleeping in the morning, for example, when the weather is so cold and mommy or daddy is waking you up, Nana, get up, wake up, family devotion, how do you feel?
I feel a little bit sad and sleepy.
Oh, and so in the midst of this, what do? You still go ahead and do the devotion, or you find a way to sleep?
I still do the devotion.
Why? Do you think what mommy is doing or what your parents are doing is the best for you?
Yes, please.
Why that?
Because as parents, it is their duty to teach their children the word of God.
And what is your duty as a child?
My duty is also to listen to the word of God and then what my parents tell me to do.
Oh, that is lovely. That is lovely.
Thank you.
Anyway, so you know how to sing?
Yes, please.
Okay, before we leave, you sing for me. Okay?
All
right, now, so let's come to Daddy. Daddy, you've gone to school by God's grace.
Yes.
And you are raising families. How do you manage that?
It's not easy. It's quite difficult. And when we got married, I had done only first degree and a certificate course. So you have to progress, develop. So after a few years, I had to go and do my master's, a 2-year master's. And that very moment, Nana was born.
So how was the feeling like?
That was an experience that, in fact, the process was so difficult and involving.
Imagine, yeah.
Because the direction started on Friday.
Yeah, Friday
She was
morning.
asked to come to the hospital Friday morning, and then we packed, went to the hospital Friday morning. The whole day, nothing was coming.
No show.
No show.
Oh.
So around 5:30 or 6, the doctor said she will refer us to any hospital. So we said 37.
Okay.
So we drove to 37. We got to 37 around 7:38. We waited for about an hour before they came to us and said there's no bed.
No bed for you.
You have to rush to police hospital.
No bed syndrome.
No bed. So we were going to Trust Hospital, and then we decided to go to Kolibo. And then we met a colleague, and the next day, so Saturday, Sunday before.
You was able to put to bed.
Yeah. So that's emotional torture was too much. But after 6 months, I had to also go back to school and continue. She has then finished her master's right here, MPhil. So I have to also continue. And I go in the evening, because of work, I go in the evening, 5:30 to 8:30, and then come back. She has to close early and then come back to the house and then take care of the children. The point is, you see, when she, from a earlier conversation, you must understand your partner, because you are there to build a family, and you hold each other, because the two of you come together to build a family. So you must help each other to develop. When you help each other to develop, the family grows strong. So she was taking care of the house whilst I moved back to. So after the 2 years I've completed, then she has to start a doctorate.
Okay. So for you, you decided that when one is done with education, then the other one will go in.
Yes.
But you are the man. Why bother that you should go to school and all that? Why that? You see, I'm asking this because in a part of our country, some women are of the view that it is the man's responsibility to do everything. So they expect you to do everything. And so it means that, for lack of a better word, the woman's development is not important. But from what you are telling me, it means that you had actually planned on how she would develop as well as you developing. How did you start the whole discussion to agree, to come into a consensus that when you are done with this, I'll also go into that?
You see, the two of you are building a family, as I said earlier on. Her field, she has to develop. Because being a lecturer, if currently, I think if you don't have a doctorate, it will be very difficult for you to progress. And if she progresses, it's an advantage to the family. So we sat down, and then after the masters, and after I think 2 years when Nana was a bit okay, she had to go back to school and then start her doctorate, because that is what will make her who she is. That is what will develop her. And as I said, if she's developed and she's okay in life, it's a plus to the family. So why will I prevent her from doing that? In any case, who says that as the man, you always have the means to take care of the family? Anything can happen in life. And so if you allow your partner to progress, it's the two of you. Whatever comes, it's a plus to the family. So currently she has completed a doctorate.
That's good.
And I've started another 1 year master's degree.
You?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is it. It's the family is the focus. So as individuals develop, the rippling effect is a family. So you should not prevent your partner, more especially the woman, to stay at where she is. As a man, you do everything to help your partner or the woman, your wife, to progress in life. I personally, I don't care if my wife earns 10 times more than I do. As long as we understand each other, it's okay by me.
Okay. Now let me come to you in the same angle. How was the feeling like? Going to school, you are pregnant, sometimes the man is not there, and I can understand your field of work, attending to so many students at a time.
It wasn't easy, and it's not easy, you know, combining all those things. At one moment, you're a wife, you are a mother, you are a lecturer, you are a student, you're also a daughter, because my mom is still there. And then at church too, you are a departmental head of a sort, and each is pulling you from various angles. But at the end of the day, you need to seek strength and then work. And fortunately for me, he's a very understanding. And so he helps me when I need that help. But it is difficult, and so I realized that you need to plan very well in order for you to be able to put all those things through. And so I don't go to bed when I don't know the next day's itinerary or plan of work. No, I need to. And sometimes when I'm very tired, I need to get help, because I know that I'm not superhuman or whatever. I'm human, I get tired. And so when I'm tired, it's understandable to be tired. When I need to let my mom come in to take care of a few things, I have to. When I need to go somewhere urgently and I need to let them be with a friend so that I'll be able to go and do that, I need to. And so I seek strength from God. My partner supports me, and I also seek strength and then support from family and then friends. And I do a lot of planning to be able to go through, because it is not easy. At a point in time, you may have to sacrifice a bit, and sometimes you are not even sure which of them should you sacrifice, because your family is there. You are building your career, you want to progress so that you'll be able to take care of your family. At the same time, the same family, if you don't take care, it's also, you are not able to progress in your career. And so do you sacrifice your family for your career, or you sacrifice your career for your family? So it becomes difficult, and I can't do away with what God has blessed me with. And so I need to take care of them. And so yes, professionally, academically, it will go steady. I will not be able to rise as fast as I want to because of them. But I appreciate it that if at the end of the day, what God blessed me with, I'll be able to account for them and they're able to grow in the Lord. I appreciate that. So it's not easy, it's difficult, but I ask God to give me strength, and I rely on the love of my husband, my family, my friends, planning, and I'm able to gradually go through them. It hasn't been easy.
Wow.
It hasn't.
Yeah, I can understand. Now, let me ask this interesting question. I hear teachers, they love to talk so much. I won't say too much, so much. And so sometimes they forget that they're, even when they come home, they forget that they are not in the classroom. And so they still want to, hey, do that, have you done that, have you done that? How is it like?
Wow, that is the work they do.
So
they talk. They talk, but...
how do you see those talkings at home? Do you see them as nuisance, or you see them as nagging, or you see them as parts of the person, and so you must endure, or you should take it as a package?
Coming to knowing her, when she's under pressure and a bit of upset, she talks a lot, and because that is the work that she does, I'm okay with it, because I don't like a lot of talking. I don't talk a lot. Maybe because of the work I do. I tend to listen a lot, observe a lot, and then react. But understanding where she's coming from, I'm able to cope with it. She doesn't talk on all issues. When the need arises, she'll talk. She'll comment. And then when she talks 1, 2, 3, and then she keeps quiet. When she realizes I'm not responding, then it goes off.
This is interesting. Let me remind you that we are still having a discussion or a time with Edu Mensah's family, and then they are sharing their life with us. Let's go for a quick break, and when we come back, we continue. Please remind your friends to join us on Love at Home, on Facebook, YouTube, on our Hope channels. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hope Channel Day is Saturday, 11th March. We bring you real angels, real people, and real stories. Live at 7 p.m. on Saturday, 11th March. Only on Hope Channel Ghana. You do not want to miss it.
The Northern Ghana Union Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church Women's Ministries Department, in conjunction with Adventist Men Ministries and Family Ministries Department, bring to you a one-day singles retreat. Date 6 March 2023. Venue Barikese Dam Site. Time 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rate 50 Ghana cedis. Speaker Reverend Dr. Mrs. Cynthia Bonsu, Marriage Counselor. Performing Singing Group Celestial City Choir. Host Mrs. Vida Linda Jesse, Women and Children's Ministries Director, and Pastor Paul Dankwa, Personal Ministries Director. Buses will be advantage places to convey us to the site.
We had a similar program last year at Techima, Valley View Campus, and a lot of people who came there received their breakthrough. They got their partners when they came there. I'm therefore inviting you to take this opportunity and be part of this important program. Don't delay. Come and receive your blessing as well.
Don't miss this interactive and educative program. See you there.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. You are welcome back. And the program is Love at Home. We have a time with the family of Edu Mensah, and we are discussing their love life. Now, let's look at how we can. Daddy is a professional auditor, and there is a saying that sometimes you hear people say that men who are usually with numbers, they're a bit stingy. Is it true?
Okay. It's the nature of their work. I don't believe that they are stingy, but their work demands that. He always say that with the work of the auditor, you don't have to trust anybody, okay? Because you are doing verification, you want to make sure people are doing the right thing. And so for him, he just wants things to be open. It's not like he's stingy, he just wants to understand things. And so we discuss our finances, we discuss things regarding resources at home. And so he wants to understand, okay, this money, what did we use it for? What are we going to do? What are we doing? And all that. So for me, it has rather helped with our family development because we always plan. We don't spend anyhow. And so whatever comes, we need to sit and then plan about it. Our short-term needs, our medium-term needs, our long-term needs, and then we sit and then we plan with it. So before the month ends and the money comes in, we already know what we're going to use it for. And so with me, I'm fortunate that his profession is rather impacting positively on us. And so he's not stingy as people might say with their profession. He just wants to know that everything is accounted for and that we are not wasting money. Okay. And so that is what I see.
So it is not the case where you feel like buying a wig cap, then Mr. Auditor will say, no, but you bought wig cap 3 years ago. Why do you still want to buy a wig cap?
We have the family budget that we work with, and then we also have our own monies that we can spend on. Okay. I'm sure he saw here when he sees me looking nice or looking good. Yeah, and so he doesn't have a problem if I need to spend money on buying things that will make me look okay. Yes, occasionally you'll be like, is that another one? And so you want another bag. Well, then I was like, yes, I need it. It's okay, And I said, well, it's a woman's world, and so
then he'll live it.
He'll live it.
So now let's come back to your finances. How do you plan your finances? Is it that you put everything together, or you know what Mr. is supposed to provide, and you also know what you're supposed to do? How do you go about it?
So we planned that when we were counseling before we even got married.
That's great.
Okay, and so we had decided how we were going to manage our finances. We have our personal bank accounts, and then we also have the joint accounts or the family account. So for whatever we earn at the end of the month, he knows how much I earn. I also know how much he earns. And so we've planned with that, and then we all contribute a percentage towards the family income. And so we put the long-term projects and plans into that joint account. That for that account, the two of us who have access to it, and then we need to both sign to be able to. And then the everyday activity, domestic things and all that, that money is also put aside and we spend from it. Aside that, we all have percentages that we keep for surprises and then for our personal things we want to do.
And things you may want to do for your family.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we plan, we have planned how we want to go about with our finances, and we try and then go with it.
So is that supporting, is that helping you now?
Sure, it is. It is. But you see, every family or every couple must understand their needs before they plan. And our budget or our finances is not cut in stone. When I say cut in stone, I mean it is not so rigid that you can't be flexible to change few things. When there are major expenses to take, we plan and then put money aside. Or I remember when we were going to have our major project, the house, I told her, okay, fine, this is how much and this is how much I earn. Use your money to take care of the house. I use mine to complete the project.
Okay.
So that is the understanding.
Okay.
So when the two of you understands each other and knows how much each person earns, you are good to go. It's about trust. It's about trust. So you don't try to force your partner or hide your money from your partner. You have to come together as one. You have to plan, as she said, plan and know what you want to use your money for. When that is in place, you are good to go.
Okay.
No one will complain.
Okay.
No one will talk about my money is not enough.
Mm.
I don't remember the first and the last time I'm going to work that I took money.
So you are not the type who have to put your money down.
No.
Other than that, you eat.
No.
You don't do that.
I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that.
Okay.
Because the trust and understanding is there.
Okay.
What you need to do is there. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I wake up and then move, because what we eat is already there. It has been provided already through the budget and the plan that we have made.
Mm-hmm.
So as and when there's a need for you to change the budget to take care of certain needs. You come together, and then you decide. So we don't have that strict budget that everything this, everything that. No. As and when the plan is there, but as and when things emerges, then you change to suit it.
Now, let me come to you on your love life. What are some of your love languages?
Love is expressed in so many ways. In fact, love is an action word.
It's an action word.
It is not just a feeling. It is an action word. You act. So I express my love in several ways. At times I buy her a gift. I do just try to just touch her or just slap any part of her body. Yes, it's. And then she said, "Oh yeah, oh dear, oh how drink, oh how drink." So my how one am I call
That's good.
So you have to improvise and express your love towards each other as the two of you understand. Because as I said earlier on, expression of love is not just one way or strict. Maybe due to these telenovelas and these movies that have come out, most of us are skewed towards that expression. If you don't see that in your partner, that means your partner doesn't love you. But maybe expressing the love in a different way.
That is where I was coming to.
It's about communication.
It's about communication.
So for me.
So Auntie Susan, did you inform him that this is how you express your love, or he had to find a way to study it as usual? Because for most Ghanaian women, they'll tell you, no, I won't tell him. You should look for it. How did you go about yours?
I don't think I have to tell you that this is how you should show love to me, or this is how I want to. But then you learn as we grow together. Because definitely when we were dating, there were things that he did that he knows that I appreciated them. Okay, there were things that he said that he knows that, okay, when I say these things, Susan is happy or excited about them. I didn't have to tell them. And so once you do those things and you realize that I love them and I retaliate and all that, you should know those are the love languages too. So I didn't have to tell him. He had to see it for himself with time.
With time.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's come to giving support at home. I don't know, how is he able to give you support at home? Because for the Ghanaian men, they will tell you, oh, as a man, yours is to cross your leg, read your newspaper, you sit down, then they bring you the food. Or so in some homes, they'll tell you if you help your wife, you are tuk-tuk or whatever. So how is yours like?
I must confess, he's been very supportive. Very, very supportive. Yes, naturally, there are a few times that he's tired and so he really wants to come around to help and all. But most of the time, he gives a helping hand. It's been the four of us for all these years. We've never had any help. So it's just the four of us. And so he helps me when I need to. He's able to take care of the girls when I'm not around. He's able to. This morning I had class at 7 a.m. Wow. And because, you know, I told you I was traveling and so I was so tired, I couldn't wake up early. It was almost 6:30 and I had to go to work. I had to plead with him that I'm in a hurry. So I had to I have to leave the girls with him. And he had to take care of Amma and then get them ready for school. I washed last night, the things were still there. I was wondering how I was going to hang them. He promised to hang them for me. And when I came, thankfully he had hung them in the dry line. I had to pick them up. And so it's a teamwork that we're doing. And so he offers help so that I'm able to move on and also help him so that I'm able to move on. There are instances, like I said, that of course he wants to also relax and enjoy his Manchester United and all that, and then doing the rounds up and down, like so having to see me moving up and down, and so those things come in naturally. But I think he's been very, very, very supportive, and I'm grateful for that.
Nana, when you wake up in the morning, what do you do?
First, my parents bring the water for me to bath.
Okay.
Then after I bath, I have to get ready for school.
Okay.
I have to dress up. Then I go to the kitchen and make breakfast for me and my sister.
You mean you prepare breakfast for you and your sister?
Yes, please.
Wow. So when mommy is not there, you can prepare breakfast for daddy?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Now, I'm so with you. I'm sure sometimes you do certain things mommy and daddy may dislike, and they may want to discipline or punish or do something. How do they normally punish you?
My father usually knocks me.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes when he's holding a comb, he uses it to hit my head.
when he's fully what?
Combing your hair.
When he's combing my hair.
When he's combing your hair, yes, because he's in a hurry and you're misbehaving. Yes, yes. So in all this, how do you see, you think that is disturbing you or mommy is disturbing you?
No.
But you think they are helping you, right?
Yes.
I'm asking all this because some parents are of the view that today's era, children must be allowed to do anything they want. They should not be corrected, or when they wake up, they should just wear their uniform and go to school. But we need to teach the children the aspects of assigning roles and responsibility. That is why I was asking that. So if you are able to prepare breakfast for Amma, then congratulations. One day I'll come to your house and then prepare breakfast for me. Okay, so now I'm still with you. Let's look at the issue of, we've talked about blending career and then family. What about church activities? Mr. Mensah.
That is another interesting place. You know, the Adventist church, Saturday is a day we worship. So everything is on Saturday. Even if you put a church board on Sunday, it will be very difficult for you to get people. So when you move from the house around 8:30 to church, we come back the same 8:30 p.m. We are so much involved in the church activities. And I must confess, it's a blessing to this family.
Wow.
I always tell people, when you work diligently for God, God will definitely reward you.
Amen.
So, though from Monday to Friday, you are so tired. In fact, waking up early Sabbath morning at times becomes an issue. But hey, you've accepted to work for God, and you have to move, because Monday to Friday, you wake up early and go to work. So it's not a time for you to work for God. So you go to church meetings, church board meetings, and when you are practically involved in every activity in the church, it becomes a problem. But though it's tiresome, the blessings are more than the tiredness. So for me, church activities is a blessing to this family. It is a blessing to us, and I won't replace anything on Sabbath aside working for God.
Wow. Now, Auntie Susie, what role do you play at church?
Okay, so currently I am the communication secretary at Sadenza Central Church. Okay. So that is the work I'm doing for this year.
This year. How is it so far?
It's been okay. Well, it's more relaxing than the previous work, being as the church clerk. Okay. That one is a lot of work here and there. So the communication aspect is quite relaxing, and I get support from my other team members too. And so we working. God also needs you. In fact, that is the first duty that we're supposed to do, and so we need to combine that. And like he said, he needs to make sure things are going on at church, and I also need to make sure things are also going on at my department. And so Sabbath, you are moving, and then you make sure that you are going with your lunch, and you are going with her dinner as well, and you pack everything. So Sabbath morning is a struggle in that you are in a hurry because you need to get to church on time, and at the same time you need to go with all the things. They are changing clothes, and then their food and all. So you want to make sure you are moving around here and there. When they delay a little, you are upset and all. But at the end of the day, like he said, God has blessed us. He talked a bit about Nana's delivery and what we had to go through. When she was delivered, she had to stay about a week at the intensive care unit. We believe that it is God who gave her to us as a gift, because we could have lost her. I could have lost my life too. Also came in after 6 or 5 years, 6 years later. It wasn't also an easy delivery, but in all that, God has kept us going. And when we look at how we started, where we had come from, where God is taking us, we know that we can't leave His work anyhow. Sometimes it's a bit difficult when, after going through the whole day church board meeting on Sunday, you also tell me that, okay, elders have to go for a meeting. I'll be like, hey, again. And but what can I do? Without God, we are nothing. And so I have to just allow it to go. So God expects us to work for Him, and He blesses us daily when we do that. And so, yes, it is also a demand, but we appreciate God for what He has done for us, and so we work for Him as well.
This is interesting. Let me remind you, you are still watching Love at Home, and we have the family of Edu Mensah with us. They are sharing their life with us. Normally, people have the view that marriages from 10 years upwards, you don't enjoy love, because people are saying that, oh, now we have our children. What is there to do again, especially in the Ghanaian setting, when people think that marriage is all about having children. So once they have children, then there's no love aspect. So, but I seriously want to know how you make conscious effort to make sure your first love, one, is it still there? Or it has gone down small?
It is. If not, I don't know where we would have been. Okay. So we still love each other. That's why we're still together all these years. I understand why people say that, because you see, when children start coming in, then there's a lot of demand on you when you have to combine them with your work and other things. So if you don't take care, the bond and then the love that exists between the two of you will seem to be taking place by the children, and all attention seems to be on it. So I like the word he used, conscious effort. So you need to make conscious effort too.
So how have you, I want you to tell me how you've gone about it.
We consciously create time for ourselves. Okay.
So you will tell him, Oga, today when you come, this, or you have a timetable. How do you do it?
We don't have a timetable. Ask him when we need to have that kind of bonding. We do. And during the day usually during the day we get in touch with each other, checking up on how things are going. And sometimes just lost as to what we will have for dinner. And usually when I ask him, what will you want to have for dinner this evening? I know the response he give.
I understand that.
I know the response that he will give. And so we have our little ways of talking about it. And then he has ways of patting me, beating me, touching places that I know.
It means something.
It means something. And so as tired as sometimes you may feel, you still have to. And sometimes you need to negotiate and like, okay, I'm so tired. What about, I don't know at this time. And trust me, he will.
You find a way, I understand. I hear normally at this age, the women are always negotiating. And it's a problem for you men.
Sure, it is.
It is. Tell me why.
Oh, why?
Can't you have pity on them?
We do. But the point is, see, at times we all go to work and we are all tired. But that is the show. You have to let things go, and then when you come in here, you are tired. But I'm also tired. But when it happens, you need to understand, because when one is tired and one is not interested, it won't be nice. So it's the two of you coming together. So you don't really have much to say if she says she's tired. Maybe at times you try to negotiate, try to push. If you push and you say insisting, then you leave.
But sometimes you push and you're able to get away with it.
Yes, you try. If you succeed, you succeed. If you don't succeed,
you try again.
You try again another time. And those things spice the marriage. You see, it's not a fight, or you don't have to be angry. At times it's sort of hurt, but hey, that is it. You can't always have your way. You must understand your partner, and then you flow.
Okay. There's a saying, Auntie Susie, that says we hear our local mothers, our traditional women, they will say that a way to the man's heart is through the stomach. How is it for you?
It's true.
It's true?
It's true.
Tell me more about it.
If you recollect, those times when we were on campus, one of the things that we did that got us closer was sometimes I will cook and then he will come around.
Hey, single men.
Yeah. And you should know your man, you should know what he likes, you should know his way through. So you should know how to feed him both day and then night. And so he doesn't, it's difficult getting what he wants to eat. It's difficult. He doesn't really like eating a lot, like food. You have to do a lot of talking anyway. So if you leave him like that, he'll go. He'll tell me, I don't even feel hungry and all that. And so I have to manage and find ways of getting him to. And I'm sure he enjoys my meals, and then he's okay.
Yes, he's looking fresh. Yeah. So what are, let me know some of your high moments, your most happiest moments as a family.
When there are things to celebrate, or it's just so whatever information or whatever joy it is, we share it and then we celebrate together. And so, like recently when I defended my thesis, wow. I did a viva, and then the moments I was that I called him, and then when he came home with a bottle of champagne, and then they were like, what is happening? What is happening? I said, when we pass the exams and all that. And so let's celebrate with this. If it's somebody's birthday, even just the four of us, we're able to have our own party and all, and then we're excited about it. So the little achievements, I remember when he chatted, he had his CA, it was exciting and all. So the little things that we are able to celebrate, we do. If Children's Day or Youth Day, and then she delivers the sermon and we come home, we are happy about it, we celebrate. If she's able to say her memory verse, well, we come home and we talk about it and we celebrate. So those achievements, no matter how small they are, we try to talk about it as a family, and we are excited about it. And so those are the things that keep us going. Those are the high moments that we have as family. We enjoy each other's achievements. We enjoy each other's whatever we've been able to achieve. We celebrate it.
What about your worst moment?
Worst moment.
For me, the worst moment are when the kids are sick. I can't stand it when they are sick. Especially when from one baby or to 2, 3, 4, when they can't express themselves. It's so emotional. I really can't stand it. It's one of the reasons why I'm okay with it too.
I've not even asked you that. I didn't even ask that.
It's one of the reasons I'm okay with it too, because I can't stand them going through
The
that
pressure and all that.
and then moreover the way they were born, and because she, as you said, she was kept at Nuku. I remember I go there in the early morning, sorry. When you get there, you have to go to where she's kept to just see how. One morning I went, and where she was put, she was not there.
Oh.
I said, what?
What is happening?
What is happening? So I went around trying to look for her. So I saw the doctor and asked her, the little girl on this incubator, where is she? So don't worry, she's responding so positively. So when the baby, they moved the baby to a different ward. So when he said she's responding, and I was okay. So I don't really, I'm not able to withstand children who are very sick. That's why the two. I'm okay with the two. Okay. It doesn't matter a boy or a girl, so far as they are human beings. I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. Now give the microphone to Amma. Amma, what food do you like best?
Fried rice and jollof.
What food do you like?
Fried rice and jollof.
Fried rice and jollof. Do you know how to prepare it? You don't? But have you asked Mommy? Okay. So how are you able to convince Mommy to be preparing fried rice for you? Or you only tell her, Mommy, I want fried rice. And because she loves you so much, she prepared for you. And you will enjoy it, right? Okay, so it means that you should always be doing good things. You should be a good girl at home, okay?
Okay.
All right. So now, your last words to our viewers.
Okay, so what I want to say is that there isn't anything like a perfect marriage or a perfect family or a perfect relationship. We have to work on it to let it work. And so as a Christian family, we first rely on God for strength and then for direction in everything we want to do. We do that, and we make sure that we'll be there for each other and support each other. When we are tired, let's seek for help, and let's make sure that we accept each other's challenges and then strengthen each other, and by God's grace we'll be able to move there.
Yeah. Mr. Mensah.
Love at home. God at home.
Okay.
So if you allow God to take over the house, though the difficulties will come, you're able to withstand it, because marriage is very interesting, very, very beautiful. However, there are certain difficult situations. So if God is not involved, you can easily give up. That is why I always encourage young couples to ensure that God is in the marriage. Without it, it will crumble. You can't take it, you can't take God out of your marriage. Because if you dare take God out of your marriage, initial stages will be beautiful. But when the problems and the issues come, it will be very difficult for you to withstand. Then you can easily give up. But when God is there, God will give you the strength.
Thank you very much, Mr. and Mrs. Mensah and the family, for sharing this insightful thoughts and messages with us. We've learned a lot. I have learned that we shouldn't be selfish. We should give opportunity to our partners to develop when the need is. We should show love, appreciation, and support each other. I think you've also learned something different from what I have. On this note, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. And you watched the family, Nanama and Nana and Amma and Mr. and Mrs. Mensah. And thank you so much, my lovely viewers, for watching us. Same time next week, we come your ways again. And the show is Love at Home. Let love prevail in your homes. Thank you. Good night. Bye.